Hello everyone. In today's Carnivores profile we're doing is of a carnivore, despite its appearance and the name, that it is not a relative of hyenas. And that is Hyaenodon. Like I said before, despite its appearance, the Hyaenodon belongs to their own extinct genus, the Credonts. Hyaenodon, like most predatory mammals of FMMUV32, is quadrupedal and covered in thin course of hair that keeps it warm in the icy environment. Hyaenodon has a very large skull compared to its body size, and a bone-crushing bite as well. Its snout is black while its hide is light brown with darker brown stripes covering its body up to the neck. The legs are a dark brown before fading into the body shades around the knees. This kind of coloration helps the beast blend in exponentially well in the dry areas like Rivian's Bridge. The Hyaenodon's call is a loud howl that is much deeper than the wolf, and it sounds almost exactly like a modern hyena. A skillful hunter will know to listen when hunting Hyaenodon, for the creature will almost always be heard before you see it. And the FMM Hyaenodon is the only cretont on that Arctic sector. But unfortunately for its Earth counterpart, the Earth Hyaenodon and the rest of the cretonts, or Hyaenodontid, are extinct, either from competition with modern and advanced carnivores and climate change. It is still debated. Many experts have argued that their extinction was due to competition with carnivores. Several experts have hypothesized that com- comparative displacement from invading carnivores forced African hyaenodonts to vary in size and become more hypercarnivorous. Found that the evolutionary success of carnivora compared to Hyaenodonta may have been largely influenced by the retaliation of basal morphotype throughout their evolutionary history. The author also suggests that the carnivores likely contribute in some ways to the extinction of hyaenodonts, with a difference in functional morphology and adaptive potential of the carnassials possibly being the factor. And even climate change, because at that time, that Oligocene, a global cooling resulted in drier, more open landscapes and resulted the extinction of large browsing animals, because the hyaenodonts of Earth preferred forested environments rather than savanna, steppe, or deserts and grasslands. And hyaenodonts prey, like the horse primitive Mesohippus, camels, oreodonts, and even early rhinos. They likely used a combination of ambush and pursuit tactics, targeting ungulates at watering holes or open areas. But Hyaenodon's main prey is the Oreodons, because they are extinct. Why, you ask? Because Oreodons eat shrubbery plants in the Eocene to tougher grass-based diets in the Oligocene and Miocene. And much like the global cooling, the Miocene saw a shift towards drier, more open habitats, which were less suitable for the Oreodons. And decline in availability of their preferred grazing and browsing plants likely contribute to their extinction. They could not eat those type of plants because their teeth would wear out and starve to death. And there was another dubious theory about Hyaenodon's extinction. It's likely like the Hyaenodon didn't have the mental capacity to adapt. Because back in that Miocene, animals began to become more smarter and have longer legs to outrun predators. But the Hyaenodons and the Hyaenodontids brains remain small, relying on instinct. They do not have the mental capability of adjusting to environment and prey. The animals are outrunning it or recognizing it as a predator. Because it is unlikely of a theory that Hyaenodons don't have the mental capacity to adapt to environmental changes and prey. After earning 40 credits, the Hyaenodon can be selected. And it is dangerous and stealthy predator. It is very similar to the wolf prowling around the land while snarling and occasionally howling for others of its kind. It will sometimes stop to sniff the ground, possibly for the scent of a prey item. Hyaenodon was a very skittish animal who would run from a hunter, then chase after him. However, they are more aggressive and described as earning its label as the very dangerous predator with its keen senses that will allow it to detect potential threats and prey. It will flee if a hunter is sensed at a far distance, but it will give chase if detected a hunter at a medium to close range distance. If Hyaenodon catches the hunter, it will pin its prey to the ground and rip it to pieces. Caution and stealth must be used when hunting Hyaenodon. And it would appear that Hyaenodon managed to survive on the Arctic sector despite being a Hyaenodontid that managed to survive and stay away from other predators that would compete with it. How do they adapt it and manage to even compete with those predators is still a mystery. While the FMM Hyaenodonts lived, but the Earth Hyaenodonts are extinct on Earth. They could have potential if they wise up and be smarter and evolve into different ecological roles. but unfortunately, they could not. And that's it for this video. Like and subscribe, and see you later, guys.